Well, good morning. So tell me if you've ever had an experience that goes something like this before. You are you, and just presuming here, so just bear with me, but assuming you are somebody who knows a little something about like the solar system, the galaxy, the universe at large, but you're not an expert. This is not your specialty. But somehow you are walking at night next to somebody who's more of an enthusiast, someone who really knows what's going on. He knows about the stars, the planets, the details, up to date with what you can see in the night sky. And this person is very excited, as they all usually are, about what they're seeing. They start pointing out things. Oh, look, there's Jupiter over there on the horizon. And oh, you see over there, and Scorpius, there's Mars. And you look up, and you see this gorgeous and amazing sky that seems like a completely random mass of lights. And you see something like, oh, yeah, right there, beautiful. I totally see what you're talking about. I'm talking to a UU congregation, so it's entirely possible that many of you are actually the second person in that story. No one's explaining anything, but as a firm member of the first group, I'm definitely the person who goes on later, after someone tells me all these things. And when I look up, I'm like, that doesn't look anything like Orion. Or how is that a crack? The only constellations I can reliably see are, of course, Orion, because that 3-star belt is really easy to find. And then the other one's like the Big Dipper. Though to this day, I have no idea why we call this thing that looks like a measuring cup. Dipper. Never used that word before. But the amazing thing to think here is actually that the stars are weirdly one of the true and enduring universal experiences for human beings. The stars have meant different things to different people, but they've been there. Minus a supernova or two, with some slow shifts in position, but pretty much just like they are. Now they've been that way the whole human story. That's a pretty rare thing. And even if you or I might know a little bit more about stars because we have the benefit of modern science and we know about galaxies and solar fusion and all of that, I think about the people of the past, those who probably didn't have that scientific knowledge. They actually probably have more intimate knowledge of the stars. Interestingly, the person who I know this from is actually C.S. Lewis. He's mainly known, of course, for the Narnia Chronicles and writing about spirituality. But the other thing he actually did, back when he mainly did, was he studied medieval literature. And he has this amazing book called The Discarded Image. And the book is all about basically how pre-modern people saw and experienced the world. And in that book, Lewis actually does something that's pretty interesting. In fact, we do it very easily this evening while celebrating the solstice and enjoying the area. He says, go walking on a winter's night and kind of vacate your mind as much as you can of all the scientific explanations of things. And imagine what the sky might look like to someone who didn't know about billions of stars and light years and galaxies. Imagine what you imagine about the universe, looking at this glittering, gorgeous sky, if you couldn't know anything for sure about what those lights were, except that they were bright and patterned and constant. So Lewis talks about how you feel like you were at the bottom of something extraordinary. He knows how one of the main things the stars really seemed to ancient people was that they were constant and consistent. They moved through the sky like they were etched on a big dome, but they were always in the same places. He goes on to explain that planets, by contrast, seem to wander through the sky. So pre-modern people assumed they would have minds of their own, and even believed that they were intelligent, like human beings, heavenly entities that could decide and move on their own. He also points out ancient people really across the world always saw human affairs painted in the stars, and saw the destiny there was relations, ancestors, maybe even like a sky family, a community of beings that we as humans were knit to, like old family members in cosmic family tree. I kind of really love that. And just the idea of seeing the night sky from the perspective of these ancient relatives of ours, it's part of what makes this season feel so sacred and hopeful. It actually reminds me of Carl Sagan, who kind of revived this way of looking at the universe for modern people, because he noted that, of course, our bodies, our planet, our whole world around us are all just made out of stars. So it turns out that we're family all the way along. So I hope this season we all take just one chance, one night you're out, to take a look up into the sky. And even if you're like me and you have difficulty telling them apart, to see those stars, to observe and even marvel at them for a moment, knowing that the web that connects us all together also exists to them.
As we enter into this part of the service, the Sun Call Prayer, which is called meditation, please take a moment to quiet your mind. Take a deep breath in, let it out.
Political scene in Burundi, Africa, but we have pretty strong units for the year. That would give them a little breathing room to do some of the planning that they are doing to in the same. And I get the urge for going. The urge for going. And the many breaths is turning round. On the red fires falling down.
Join me in the words to be said to these. We offer these gifts of gratitude, and we acknowledge the constant gifts of time, talent, and treasure that strengthen and nourish this congregation. As a reflection of our commitment to creating spirituality that is ever searching and growing, and our intentional actions as we congregation, our city, our nation, and our world.
It's all. I don't have any light at all. Hardness. Oh, we worked out our technical issues. There we go. Thank you. I can still do this one. I have made love here. If we try to hold up a big vision all by ourselves, it'll crush us. We can't do that all on our own. We need other people holding up that vision with us, just like I need other people to solve some of the puzzles that escape. And the pandemic has fooled us a little bit. And maybe before that, some of us were being around other people, which we can be cautious around other people, but we can kind of interpret that as we need to be afraid of other people. Other people aren't safe. We have to sequester ourselves, go underground, just be as self-sufficient as possible. Except we connect virtually. You know, there are lots of human beings on the other side of those programs we use to do our video conferencing. And we've had other people figuring out ways that we can gather safely. We've been relying on other people the whole time. But we feel like we've been a little more self-sufficient and all to ourselves. We figured out new ways to connect. In fact, one of the ways that we know that we haven't been completely self-reliant is that we always know who to blame when something goes wrong in the way we want. And we can always point the finger somewhere else. That's how we know we are not completely self-sufficient. Being protective about our individuality is a little bit misguided. And it's something we have to be particularly aware of in Unitarian Universalist circles, because we're really big on this kind of stuff. We can't challenge that, we can't take that away from you. We're going to be protective of our beliefs sometimes in Unitarian Universalist circles. It happens. I'm not blaming anybody. I do it too. It's just a thing that we need one another to hold up the big vision that we have as Unitarian Universalists. Maybe we can be a little less protective of our individual preferences and a little more aware of how much we need one another. We are all unique and valuable, and we all have our own individual identities, but we also find our deepest selves in relationship with other people. That's what the covenant groups that we have are all about. So many people say that they really discovered community and they really felt work together. Well, on days like today, it's really obvious that there are people in our community who can't be here physically. I hope you're tuning in on the live stream, but even if you're tuning in 2 days from now and you're on YouTube or something, I hope that you feel like you're connected with what's happening here. But we can also, I've mentioned before, if you know somebody that put a stone in the water and they here's what my joy or my concern is today, you're allowed to reach out to them. You can email them, you can call them, you can say, hey, I noticed you this week, we didn't have a chance to do the social hour thing because of this whole COVID mess, but I still want to talk to you. I still want to be connected with you. If you're in the leadership of a committee here and you're planning something big, you don't have to do that all by yourself. Reach out to some of the other committees. We've got some Venn diagrams of things here. We've got our racial justice leadership. We've got a greater Cleveland congregation support. Please do register. Open up your weekly email newsletter and click on the link and register for which service you'll be attending. You can even usher at the 7:30 service if you want to. For ushers, and did you see how easy that was? You made it so easy. Wave everybody, Steve's back there. He will teach you all that you need to know about ushering if you want to be here at the 7:00 service. But we're going to have candle lights at that service, and we're going to shine together, and we're going to illuminate this space. But the other thing about holding the big vision and shining light and being light together is that we have to know what direction we're shining in. That's what having a vision is about. That's why we want to have a clear mission statement and a clear vision statement for this community, because if we're a bunch of individual lights all shining in different things and just hoping that somebody else is going to shine with us, that's a little bit less effective than if we're a bunch of lights all shining in the same direction and saying, this is what we hope the world looks like. This is what justice looks like to us. This is what it looks like for us to treat one another with compassion. This is what it looks like for us to create equity. If we are all able to shine light, but all shining the same thing, that's incredible. You can't miss that. You can't ignore that. The people around us, the world, cannot ignore that. That's what I think a Festival of Lights is really about. It's about being able to join together. I got this vision, and I can't hold it up all by myself. But it's really important, and it's really big, and it's really amazing. Are you going to help me hold this vision up? That might be a little risky, might be a little vulnerable, but that's what it means for light to call unto light. Allowing yourself to shine brightly enough that other people can shine with you and can illuminate a vision of justice and hope and peace. So that's what we hope for. I had another little illustration, but I'm not going to use it because I said it. My seminary professor said, never miss an opportunity to end a sermon. So I'm as light falls unto light, may you call out to one another, lift one another up, and lift our vision for the world. Because it's important. If we shine together, nobody's going to be with us. Nobody's going to be able to. You have the courage to do so. Amen.
Our closing hymn is number 118, This Little Light of Mine. The words are yours, and you go enable and join it.
As we mentioned, there is no social hour today because we're being extra cautious. If you do want to stick around and make a luminaria for this evening's solstice celebration, there'll be space for people to be spread out down in the fellowship hall area. Otherwise, and just as a reminder, if you happen to test positive for COVID in the next couple of days, do reach out to the board or the staff. So that's why we're doing the QR code, is so that we can do contact tracing. So if you've been clicking on that QR code every week, the hope is that if there's someone that tests positive for COVID, we will be able to reach out to all of you and say, hey, listen, you need to go get tested because we had a case that didn't know they were infectious and spread out all their love around on. So, I know we really care about each other, and so I hope that you will let us know if there's a reason for us to reach out and follow up on that contact us. For now, we're going to read our COVID covenant together, just as a reminder. It's on that yellow card in your back. In loving community, we welcome everyone, absolutely everyone, in safety and comfort of others before ourselves, to respect the policies our leadership has established, and to take all of our steps with one another, with grace and understanding, to the safe place for all people. And with that, I would just say, shine on, and know that you do not shine alone. May you continually discover that.
And please join me in the list of distinguished chalice on the yellow sheets. We distinguish this flame with our these we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Hi, everybody. It's been a long time since I've seen folks. You look great. Our Christian friends really look at the light in this time of year, especially, and as Jesus is the light of love that is spread around the world, and also understanding the community. One of my fondest memories of Christmas is the first time my sister and I heard this song from the group. It's a Just a Harrison song. Raquel Fonte did it on one of his albums, my sister and I. In Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible say, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, born on Christmas Day. Trumpets sound and angels sing, Listen to what they say. That we shall Christmas Day. To spend his way buried in Bethlehem that night. They find no place to born his child. A single room was in sight. By my Lord, and in a manger golden dark, Mary's baby Jesus was born. Trumpets sound and angels sing, the King born today. And we shall Christmas Day. Watch their flocks by night. They see a bright moon shine. Hear the choir sing. Music seems to come from afar. Looking more today. We shall live forevermore. It's a Christmas Day. Trumpets sound and angels sing. Listen to what they say. And we shall live forever.